with Tao. Mind cannot conceive anything beyond it. When you are trying to contemplate something beyond perception, beyond grasping, meaning that which cannot be grasped by the mind, beyond not being, immediately the mind will say, if there is something which cannot be seen or which cannot be grasped, it is not. Mind cannot conceive anything beyond. Anything that is not seeable, perceivable, or graspable, it cannot conceive. Mind will say that it does not exist. So do not become a victim of the mind, because the flight of the mind is limited. Nanak in his Japji Sahib used spontaneously certain sutras where he speaks about the mind. Starting from the Sutra 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. The 11 begins, Manne ki gati kahi na jaye. Manne is the word that is used in Gurmukhi for mind. The speed, the pace of the mind cannot be captured and nothing can be said about it. Whosoever trusts mind or its capabilities will have to repent. There is no paper, there is no pen, nobody is to write. The way of the mind is worth contemplating. Then the next one, Manne Surati Hove Man Buddhi. Mind can be used as a stepping stone to Surati means a constant current that is flowing, the consciousness. Through the mind, one can attain to deeper aspects, and one who follows this way does not have to repent afterwards. He does not have to perish, and he remembers that which is imperishable. Manne marak thak na pai, manne patsyu pargat jai, manne mag na chale pant, manne dharam setu sanbandh. So he is now referring that mind represents consciousness, that which is imperishable, that is eternal, and that which is eternal is, the Nanak uses the word for Niranjan, that which is formless. And he continues in that way. So the way is to go beyond the mind, and once you have understood, now look at it here. There are two things, hardware and software. Mind acts as a hardware and a software as well. So the body-mind intellect, that is the hardware. If it is updated, and how do you update? It is only through meditation and introspection. Its capacity can be enhanced to some extent, and then you go beyond it. Then the software is updated. When you move from the gross aspect of the mind to consciousness, that which is never born, never dies, that always is the eternal. That is the software. And then a different kind of information can be processed. Firstly, when mind has all kind of viruses in the form of conditionings, in the form of preconceived ideas, belief systems. So all these act in the hardware of the mind as viruses. Through introspection, through meditation, which is the antidote for these viruses, you go beyond, you remove the viruses, and in that process, you understand the real nature of the mind, and that is the software begins to operate, begins to function, and the speed of processing also increases, and the readily available memory, where because everything has to be processed on the desktop and then it has to be saved. You see a particular incident, a particular situation you encounter, you are seeing something. So what if you had seen something, if you have tasted something, if you have heard something, it will be based on all the memory that is there in the mind, whatever is stored in that hardware, that will help to process that information. So if there is virus, the speed will be slowed down, it will be breaking down constantly, and you will not be able to get a real version. This is what it is happening when a conflict arises. You cannot go beyond that. You are looking at that conflict between male and female. In any other situation, you are processing that information based on your conditionings and belief system. That is the old software, which has become almost like a virus. So it will continue to break down often, and it will not allow you to process the information correctly. So for that, and this is occupying the space by slowing down the processing. You have to remove these viruses. So through meditation and deep understanding, these viruses are removed, and the processing capacity is enhanced. You start looking at life in a totally different way. You are not looking in the narrow individuality guided by the religious beliefs. Someone says Jesus is the only way. Jesus is the only way, and Allah loves those who love Him. These are part of the ignorance. It is like an innocent, ignorant child says that my mother is the best mother in the whole universe. And every child says about his mother, my mother is the best cook in the whole world. Because his whole understanding of the world is limited. He does not have a cosmic vision of the world. He cannot come out of his narrow individuality. It is like the story of a frog that was living in the well. The circumference, the surface area for the frog to move around is very limited. One day it happened, another frog from a big river happened to come somehow or the other in the well. So the frog from the well saw a stranger. Where are you from? So the frog, the other one says, I am from the river. What is river? River is a big space. Then he takes a jump from one end of the wall to the next, and he said, is your river bigger, wider than this? Because the one who is living in narrow individualities cannot see anything beyond. So religion provides a narrow vision to the mind. Aurobindo in his Savitri says, we are not aliens nor as strangers joined. We are bound to each other by a causeless force. Look at a room where a male is sitting, a female is sitting, and many people are sitting. One is Christian, the other is a Muslim, the third is Hindu, and a Jew. So, is there a separate air for a Muslim or a Christian or a Hindu? The air that you breathe is existential. It may be possible that the man-made things, the beverage that is to be offered to a Muslim or the food, it has to be according to his belief system, Hindu according to his belief system, but there is no criteria that the air that each one of them will breathe in will be according to their own religious criteria. They may dress, they may speak the words according to their own criteria, but the air that is there in the environment, in the room, is not according to the Islamic tradition or Christian tradition or a Hindu tradition or a Jewish tradition. Out of the same air, everyone has to breathe in and breathe out. And whatsoever, everyone is breathing every moment and everybody is breathing out same moment. So the air that is there within that space is cosmopolitan, not Hindu nor Muslim nor Christians. But the food that you are eating has to be according to your own tradition. So this is what cannot be grasped by the mind. We are bound to each other by a causeless force. What is that causeless force? In that, the first and the foremost is the air that surrounds the atmosphere within the room, and everybody has to breathe out of that. There is no other way. The light of the sun that is coming in the room, that helps you to see your documents, is the same, coming from the same source, coming from the same window, from the same source, sun. But in that light, you are reading your own individual documents guided by your mind. So the light that is coming from the sun that helps you to read your Islamic verses or Christian verses or Hindu mantras. Light is the same. So what it is important, the light you can say is this software. The same software in the laptop, the model that different people sitting in the same room are using, each one of them a MacBook. Maybe let us assume that they are using the same model of the MacBook. And the software that is in all the MacBooks is the same software. So they are using the same software. A Muslim is using the same software to process the verses of Holy Quran. The Christian is opening the page of the Bible on it. A Hindu will open. So what is more important? To go beyond the perception. The perception is, your perception is Islamic. Somebody's next perception is Christian. And the third is Hindu or a Jew. So on the same model of the hardware, using the same software, each one is opening different pages. And based on that, they may be arguing and so. So you cannot conceive anything beyond what is there on the screen and which is there you have saved in your software, what you have saved in your memory. A Christian has saved the Bible and the verse and the Psalms and the parables from Bible. Muslim has saved in his memory the ayats and verses from Holy Quran. So is the Hindu who has saved the sutras from his scriptures. So you are looking at what you have saved and you consider it as a reality. The sutra says, if you try to contemplate something which is beyond perception, beyond grasping, which you cannot grasp by the mind, so you consider, you say that there is nothing. Because you have not saved anything beyond that, so you are saying that there can be nothing that can be saved, can exist beyond that. Because you have only known or using your software to download the verses according to your own belief system. So your laptop have the Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata, next one has Bible, third one has Quran. So you cannot, because this is what you have saved, so you generalize that there can be nothing beyond that. If you are using the removing those viruses, which is not helping you to be cosmic, to go beyond the dualities, to go beyond the narrowness of the mind. And truth cannot be known within the narrow boundaries. To go beyond the narrowness is the first step towards truth. Is Christianity alone truth? Is Jesus alone truth? Is Muhammad or Holy Quran alone is truth? Or is Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana is the only truth? let's say there, you are going to a restaurant. In a restaurant, different people have ordered the dishes. There are many dishes available in the restaurant. Each one of them orders the dish according to his own liking. His own liking. Someone orders a portion of French fry. Next one orders a donut. Third one orders a piece of pizza, slice of pizza. Next one may order something Mexican. And if everybody claims that the pizza is the only food, gives you the energy, or if somebody says that French fries is the only food, is it not narrowness that you have not known that there are others that can also satiate you? There are so many dishes available in the restaurant that can satiate you. I gave you the example that is normally we do. Someone is finds, rejoices a portion of fries and a large Coke. Next one relishes donut and a coffee. Third one, a slice of pizza and something to drink. These are the ways which, according to your own bent of mind, according to your own conditions, you consider as ultimate. If you go beyond, then you will realize that if somebody is there, an observer, he sees a person with a slice of pizza and watches his expression. He watches the expression of the one with donut and coffee, and also watches the expression on the face of one with French fries and big Coke. He will find in each one of the faces a satiation, a kind of satiation that everybody feels satisfied. So what he can say, he is beyond the perception of the one who considers pizza as the only food, or that which considers donut and coffee is the best only option, or the French fries and Coke as the only option. They may argue, they may consider that the French fries and Coke is the best option. There is nothing better than that. Or there is nothing better than a slice of pizza. He will give his own arguments about the slice of pizza and its qualities. But whatever he says, the one who prefers fries and Coke as the only option, to him it will be false. He will not pay attention to it. He said that cannot happen, because he is operating with that software. So a Muslim will not find that there can be anything that one can gain by worshipping an idol. So they use different words for that. But the reality is, everyone who is eating the food, but one who is simply taking the photographs of the expression on the face of the people, their satiation, he is the only one who has seen everybody fulfilled. So the very process of transformation says that you have to go beyond perception, beyond grasping, beyond the being. It is something like this. In almost in every city, there more congestion around a certain area. Then the space around that central location becomes unavailable. Then the settlement or the areas developed beyond that space in the outskirts. So many cities are developing outskirts, that is known as by capital range. You cannot destroy everything. You cannot build any more shops or house in this particular area because the roads will become narrow, there are encroachments. So all these have to be removed. Or the other way is you start developing areas beyond these limitations. That is the only way to go beyond the mind. Then the developers will advertise that there are areas which are available at an affordable prices at 30 miles away from this central location, or in each direction. So the development takes place around that center on the circumference. So, and that, so you are from there, you are coming to the center where you are working. Something like this meditation does. Meditation allows you to develop. It cannot say that you have to discard that. If that could be possible, it also reduces the impact. You were only knew the space around your capital city where there are certain roads have traffic restrictions, one-way traffic, but in the outskirts there are not single lane or traffic restrictions. So through meditation you develop, remove all the traffic congestions, a proper planning. You have used a travel app, so you know the direction, you know which road is one way and which is not, which is up direction, which is down direction. So when you learn to go beyond the mind, you are entering into the realm of meditation. All these things become possible. The sutra, the technique says, don't believe in it that there is nothing beyond the mind. And which is not, because what is not graspable by you, you cannot accept it as a reality. You cannot perceive yourself. You cannot see yourself. You can see only your hand. You can see your hand without the mirror. You can see your body, certain parts of your body without the mirror. But you cannot see your face without the mirror. In order to see your eyes, your nose, your forehead, you need to see the mirror. Am I right? You cannot see your eyes. You cannot see your eyes just the way you look at your hands, your feet. Because eyes are the instrument that help you to see. So that which is the instrument to see cannot see itself. Eyes cannot see itself. So when you say that, so do you deny the presence of eyes? Because you cannot see your eyes. Can you see your eyes without the mirror? You need a mirror to see your eyes. But your eyes can see everything else except your eyes, except your face. Can you deny the presence of eyes? But this is what everybody is doing. Because you cannot perceive beyond the mind, so if I say don't believe in your eyes, you will say, what foolishness is this? I have eyes, I can see through the eyes. But you can see through the eyes everything except eyes. You can see everything but yourself. What is yourself? Eyes can see everything, but eyes cannot see eyes. The eyes is the faculty that sees everything. So there is a faculty within you that sees everything, that perceives everything, that grasps everything. What is that? The power of the seeing, the power of perceiving, the power of hearing. Your eyes can perceive everything except itself, the faculty that perceives. You are seeing everything in this room that is there. So eyes is the instrument of perception. But the eyes cannot see your eyes. Can you deny the presence that eyes do not exist? I don't believe in the eyes because I cannot see it. In order to see your eyes, you need to have a mirror. So you have to have a mirror presence that makes you aware that you are not what you know yourself or what you see yourself as. You are beyond that. That is the awakening or the awakened one. So awakened one is the hardware who knows how to use the software of awakening. So he is awakened hardware using the software of awakening to process your information differently. He becomes a mirror to you and he makes you see that which you cannot see, feel which you cannot feel, hear which you cannot hear. This is the way the process of transformation can happen. Not through the conditionings that you have been guided by, your belief system or anything. If that was possible, you could have been transformed yourself. You didn't need to have this mirror-like presence of an awakened one. Introspect. Enough for now.